Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our honor and praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors and blessings to the elders, the apostle or great millstone. The water Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, for the elders, the apostle. I'm down for waking me up to this wisdom, knowledge, truth, and understanding through the spirit, power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi. Shalom to the few Akim, the brothers, the one pushing the truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth, wherever you might be, scattered abroad. Shalom to the few Atwa, please well, me and the sisters, don't worry, repent, come back to Yahweh Shem Yahshua in these latter days. And shalom to little boys and girls, who the Lord going to deliver also in these times to come too. With that, I'm going to say shalom. All right, I'm going to play this little clip, going until you're going to hear the Edomites basically telling you is life outside Earth, right, on different planets, like it's different planets where they seeing out there, like, they discovering each and every day. But the video like an hour and something long, but I'm not going to run through the whole video. I'm just play a little bit of it and go get some scripture to prove a point that we will be able, you know what I'm saying, live life outside of the earth we in, right? We will be able to travel to other planets and live on them, you know, and build up nations on them, all right? Because the scripture also say, the heathens, they gonna build up our kingdom. So not only here on earth, we gonna have other dwelling places outside of earth, which they call outer space, where we will be able to live. And they tell you they see other planets and things like that that contain life. All right, but I'm gonna play the video and get about 3 scriptures, and I'm gonna close it out with that. Like I said, I'm not gonna hold it too long, make it brief.
Is life an amazing phenomenon exclusive to our planet? Is there life beyond Earth? Humankind has always asked itself this question.
And for YouTube, I know they try to hit you with the copyright. I'm doing this for edification purposes, not for try to get gang or whatever they expect you try to do or try to, whatever. But yeah, they're just proving a point that this is biblical, all right? Because Yahawashi told us, but this is for edification purpose, honestly.
But no answer has yet been found.
For fair use.
However, thanks to the latest extraordinary advances in astronomy, it appears that we are closer to solving this mystery. State-of-the-art space probes explore planets and moons in our solar system, while sophisticated telescopes scan the universe looking for answers. The results of the research are amazing.
One of the big triumphs of astronomy in the last 2 decades is to show the majority of stars have planets. There are planets all over the place. There are more planets than stars.
These findings have been made possible thanks to the NASA space probe Kepler, whose launch in 2009 marked a milestone in the search for life beyond the boundaries of our solar system. We now know that in our galaxy alone, there are billions of Earth-like exoplanets.
He said there are billions. Billions, man. So the searching, the understanding of Yahawashi is unsearchable, right? So, but the point is, he said there's billions of life-like planets out there, man. Then the scriptures also say even the Luma should be a nation, meaning, man, it gonna be so many of us, we gonna have to find other living areas, other Earth-like planets beside the Earth we living in now, to put the families on, man, because there's gonna be so many of us. We gonna be numerous as the stars, man. But you heard it.
Given the vastness of the universe, with more than 100 billion galaxies, it is hard to conceive that somewhere there is no Earth-like planet that can harbor life. finding it is simply a matter of time.
It's a game changer. It changes what we think about the possibility for life somewhere else. Exoplanets and extremophiles, two game changers.
This leads us to think that in apparently harsh environments in our solar system, there is now, or may have been, life. We may find some form of life in the strange methane lakes of Titan, in the oceans hidden under the mysterious icy surface of Europa, in the gigantic geysers of Enceladus, or in the desert plains of Mars.
The second genesis within the same solar system implies that life, the origin of life, is a likely event.
We don't know if the discovery of life will happen first on one of these moons or planets in our solar system, or on an Earth-like exoplanet. But what we do know is that we are closer than ever to unveiling one of the greatest mysteries of nature, whether there is life in outer space. Life, an unbelievably perfect combination of elements able to create living matter. Possibly the biggest mystery of nature.
Look at the works of
A
Yahawashi.
combination of matter that shows certain attributes that include responsiveness, growth, metabolism, energy transformation, and reproduction.
We don't yet know exactly what life is. We don't have a working definition. Probably my favorite definition is that life is some sort of chemical entity that is self-enclosed and is capable of Darwinian evolution by natural selection.
Some studies state that life may have begun in Earth as early as 4.1 billion years ago.
And the Earth
That
is
is
not that
still
old.
only slightly younger than Earth. A question arises immediately. Is life an exclusive phenomenon of Earth? There's no easy answer to this question. The chemistry of life begun shortly after the Big Bang.
All right, and he talking about the Big Bang. When you go to the Bible, Yahweh, Yahawashi tell you he created everything. He created the heavens, he created the earth. It's all in the Bible when you go read. So ain't no such thing a Big Bang theory and stuff just started form out of nowhere. You know, it's all made by Yahawashi. He tell you, he go back to Genesis and most scriptures in the Bible that prove that Yahawashi made the earth. You know, Yahweh passed the blue. He gave Yahawashi the blueprint, and Yahawashi created everything. All right. So, but yeah, that's the point. So I'm gonna leave it right there because I think they're gonna do a little more talking before they actually start talking about the planets again. So like, hold on.
18.8 billion years ago, during a habitable
Another thing
epoch when the
they love to
universe
say,
was
the Earth was created billion years ago. The Earth is not that old, man.
only 10 to 17 million years old. Life may have emerged independently at many places throughout the universe. Or life may have formed less frequently, then spread maybe by meteoroids or comets. In any case, complex organic molecules
That false life might have spread from meteorites or but anyway, I'm gonna just get to the point. Now they you know, Esau Edom always talking crazy and I'll try to throw you off anyway. This is Michael chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, and even with a sword destruction. So this is not our rest. All right, right here on this side, right? This is temporary. This earth, the scripture tell you, man, this earth is temporary. The heaven and the earth on this side, it gonna pass away, right? Meaning not the whole earth, the heavens, not the heavens, like with Yahawashi Shalil, above the sky. No, it mean this rulership. Esau, Edom, this is his heaven. Heaven also go into rulership. So this heaven, this rulership is gonna pass away, and they're gonna come a new one, which gonna start with Yahawashi, with King David up under him down to the 144,000. The elect with the Israelites gonna get it as a whole. Like we say, 2/3 of the Israelites they gonna have to down this side, but they all gonna come back in the kingdom. We all gonna be on top, right? But the scriptures say we look for a new heaven and a new earth, right? A new rulership, man. They gonna reign in righteousness, all right, and not wickedness. So that's that new heaven, new earth we looking for. That's why I just read Micah 2:10. Depart, for this is not your rest. All right, this earth is defiled, it's polluted. It's out of order. It's full of wickedness. All right, and there no righteousness basically established in the earth except the man who doing the will of Yahawashi to the best of their ability. But man, right, this is not our rest. So this is not a place that we should want to think we gon' you should want to be able to thrive forever living up on a wicked rulership and thinking everything gonna be okay. So this is not our rest, because Yahweh by Shem Yahushua got better plans for us, which Yahushua told us. Let me St. John, with the St. John 14. All right. So this place will destroy you, man. It costs you to go against Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, eating the foul food that affect the body, destroy the body, have the body sick, you name it, man. And everything we eating is basically fake food anyway, man. GMO and all that. So yeah, man, on this St. John chapter 14, all right, because like this is not our rest. It's when I start from 1, St. John chapter 14 and verse 1. Let not your heart mean mind be troubled. Believe in Yahweh, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you, I go to prepare a place for you. See, this is not our rest. This is not our rest. Arise up. This is not our rest. Yahweh Shai said he gonna prepare a place for us, right? Which is the kingdom of heaven, right? The rulership of the Israelites, starting with Yahweh Shai upon the King David. All right, that's gonna be that new heaven and that new earth. All right, ranking in righteousness, and also the Lord also preparing a place for us outside of this place, for us to be able to go live and dwell out of space. See, Esau, Edom, they so fascinated of what they see out there and what's going on, and so curious about other planets with life, because they want to be able to go to and live on it. You hear, I think they Elon Musk talking about going, and basically when stuff get real and probably nukes and shit get to dropping, they want to go talking about live on Mars and talking about going out of space and live on planets, but they're not gonna be able to do it because it's not for them. It's for the Israelites to be able to do that. That's why they had them satellites that reach to the top of the firmament. It can't go outside the firmament. Probably get to the very top of it. All right, to get a peek of what's going on out there. That's why they always see chariots, so-called spaceship, UFO, which in the Bible they call chariots, heavenly vehicles. All right, so they haven't been on outer space. You have some of them with inside NASA will tell you that, right? They never been on the moon. So if they ain't never been on the moon, what? They never been out of space. They got a green screen. What is green room? The green screen. They like when you make movies and make make it look like they out of space or somewhere where they really not, but in a studio, a warehouse studio, whatever. But yeah. So and that's another thing why Esau, Edom mad, man. WHITE/RED, hate the so-called Negroes and they Native American Indians, so-called Latinos, Hispanics so much because of the blessing what Yahweh Yahawashi gonna bless us with. You know, like we gonna be blessed, man. And that's one of the main, and that's one part of the blessings for us to be able to travel out of space. We not gonna need no space suit to go out there. We gonna have new bodies to the point that the bodies we gonna have, man, they gonna be immortal, right? Like Superman. You see Superman in the movie. What he did, he flew to the outer space. And he was just standing up there, he ain't need no space. He ain't need no space suit. You know, he had a body to be able to can stand the gravity and things up there, man. To be able to breathe up there. All right. So, but yeah, man, and that's why Esau Edom mad, because the way the Lord gonna bless us, you know, they want that. They want their birthright back. You know, Esau Edom, he sold his birthright. You know. Right? He want that blessing. What Jake getting. And that's why that's what one of the things I hate you so much. Like I say, it more than just how they put it out to you as a color thing. No, man. They know who you are as a people. They know what you got coming. They know you gonna rule over them in a few minutes. They know the Lord gonna bless you. Like ruling the earth next. And they want to stay on top forever, which they not. They know our kingdom is gonna blow this off the map, built up with precious stones and street paint of gold, and what the Lord said for brass, he gonna bring gold for iron, silver, if I'm mistaken, roughly paraphrasing. Your house is big as hell, you gotta pay rent, pimped out, man, fleshed out, with all precious stones, and your house built out of, man, gold flows, you name it, man. It gonna be unspeakable. You draw dropping, you gonna have the words to put it together when you see the kingdom. They gonna blow this out the map. And also we gonna be able to go up on the water to actually see what it looked like up under there. Be able to stand the pressure. Like you can eat, because you can only go so far right now. Esau, Edom, they can only go but so far. Probably see underwater cities. You name it, man. You see how they do what that movie called? Awkward Man. He able to go live up on the water, got a whole kingdom civilization up on there. We gonna be able to do that and go out of space. See the things, what they trying to do and can't complete the task, we gonna be able to complete it through the spirit power of Yahawashi. You know, but yeah, we gonna be able to live out of space, man. Run that back, St. John and make life on other planets. St. John 14:2. In my Father's house are many mansions. It were not so. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And that's what Yahawashi doing right now. Yahawashi came to die for the elect and prepare things for the elect. You know, so yeah. Then another thing, so because I always bring out the Dead Sea Scroll, when the guy we're bringing out the Dead Sea Scroll. It's either my name, Dr. Frank E. Strangers, if I said it right. But they, like I say, they find scrolls in caves in Quran, not the Qurans. Like it's the Bible, the so-called Islamic, you know, Muslim Bible where they go out. I'm talking about Quran, the land. I think it said like Quelos. I don't know, but yeah, Quran. All right, the little land over there close by Jerusalem. All right, so, but what do you say? When they found one of the scrolls with Yahawashi written on it, basically going to St. John. So, and he translated, he said on the scroll, right, what they found, which it was written from the hands of the men who was living back then. And it said, Yahawashi, and it had on the words of Yahawashi, it said, in my Father universe is many dwelling places. And what he said sound different from the King James version on it. But he said, in my Father universe, right? Outside of Earth, the universe, the space. He said, is many dwelling places. So Yahawashi said that, but right here said my father's house is many mansions. But in the Dead Sea Scrolls say in my father's universe is different dwelling places. So we gonna be able to dwell on other planets. That's beautiful. All right. And they want to do that so bad. That's why they want to see what's out of space so bad. That's why they be talking about making life on other planets. Because they want to do it, but they're not going to be able to because it's not for them. All right. And I want to get close it out with this. Shalakim. All right. This second, 1 Corinthians chapter 2. It said, in verse 7, but we speak the wisdom of Yahweh in a mystery, even the hidden wisdom which Yahweh ordained before the world unto our glory, which none of the prince of this world knew. For had they knew it, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory. But as it is written, I have never seen, nor ears neither have entered into the hearts of men, the minds of man, the thing which Yahweh had prepared for them that love him. So, amen, it's a blessing that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua able to give us the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to be able to resonate that in the spirit that we have a knowledge that beyond how the people think according to the world, right? For the average man, like some things we speak, man can't attain it, you know. Just like we say, hey man, we gonna be able to go space travel, live out of space. You know, you in order to believe that, you gotta believe and have faith in the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Believe that, because the Lord told us that you gotta have faith in the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You gotta have faith in the Lord. That it will happen, that it exists. You know? But yeah, man, the wisdom what we hold, Esau, Edom can't obtain it, man. None of these people on the earth, but the ones who have the spirit, the mind, who have the same spirit, have the mind of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. All right? Because we believe that we going to be able to do these things we speaking on. We're seeing fairy tale, fiction to these people. So yeah, man, this knowledge and understanding what we have of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, this gift is a beautiful thing, man. For the Lord to be able to put a spirit on us to be able to receive the truth and think outside the box and think ahead and think of the impossible, that it is possible. All right, but and that's all I had with that right there. But I'm gonna close out by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua. With that, say Shalom, and I hope that will edify.